Have you ever thought about what the oldest song in the universe might sound like? I'm not talking about a song with notes and lyrics, but something else, a kind of cosmic music that's been playing since the very beginning of time. Well, we're about to dive into an ancient text that's basically the sheet music for that exact song.
Okay, before we get into it, let's just get a sense of scale. Look at this number, 510 million. That's the surface area of planet Earth in square kilometers. It's just a ridiculously huge, almost impossible to imagine canvas, right? Now try to imagine a piece of music so massive that it has a part for every single inch of that canvas, from the deepest parts of the ocean to the tallest mountains, and then it just keeps going all the way out to the stars.
Well, that's pretty much exactly what we find in this ancient poem, Psalm 148. It's like a universal summons, a call for literally everything that exists to join one single, magnificent choir. A good way to think of it is as a cosmic litany. It's not just telling people to sing, nope. It's calling on angels, stars, sea monsters, the weather, trees, animals, and yeah, every single person, from kings all the way down to kids, to lift their voices up together. And this isn't just some random list of things. Like any truly great piece of music, it has this beautiful, deliberate structure. It's actually composed in two really distinct, harmonious parts. This chart lays it out perfectly. It's like the psalm has two movements. First, the conductor points up to the heavens, calling on the angels, the sun, the moon, and the stars to kick things off. Then, like a perfect echo, the call goes out to the earth, summoning everything down below, from sea monsters to mountains to animals, and then finally, all of us. It's this incredible call and response between heaven and earth. And get this, the composition is incredibly detailed. If you actually count them up, there are 7 heavenly things called to praise, and they're followed by 23 earthly ones. That adds up to exactly 30. And a lot of scholars think this is totally intentional. The number signifies a complete assembly. No one and nothing gets left out of this choir. Okay, but this brings us to a really fascinating kind of mind-bending question, especially for us today. If the psalm is calling on everything to praise, how in the world does a star or a mountain or a storm cloud actually do that? I mean, they don't have voices, they don't have consciousness, at least not in the way we understand it. So what does it even mean for them to praise? Well, the text seems to give us 2 really profound answers. The first idea is that creation praises God simply by being exactly what it was created to be. So a star praises by burning brightly, by following its orbital path, by radiating light and heat according to these incredibly precise physical laws. Its flawless, orderly function is its song. It's this constant silent proof of the intelligence that put it all into motion. And the second answer is that creation praises by declaring glory. Its very existence is a witness. You know, when we look up at a sky full of stars, or just stand in awe of a giant mountain range, their sheer majesty and beauty point to something bigger than themselves. They're like silent witnesses whose existence and complexity and just splendor declare the power of their creator to anyone who's willing to look. So all of this builds up to the song's grand finale, humanity's unique role. See, we aren't just another instrument in the orchestra. We have a very special part to play. And here's an incredible insight from the scholar Alistair Roberts. The psalm goes out of its way to include kings and rulers. And what that suggests is that even our man-made structures, our societies, our justice systems, our political order, even those can be a form of praise when they reflect order and fairness and peace. And the call to humanity is just so radically inclusive. It smashes every barrier we love to put up. It's not just for the powerful, it's for kings and all peoples. It's not just for one gender or generation, it's for young men and women, for the old and the young, all together. In this choir, absolutely everyone has a spot. But this cosmic song isn't just for the big, sweeping, epic moments. It also echoes in the most intimate, and sometimes even the most painful, corners of our lives. So let me share this true story I heard from a pastor. He was officiating a wedding for a young woman, Jody, and her father, who she was super close to, refused to come. He just really didn't approve of the marriage, and his absence was absolutely breaking his daughter's heart. So Jody had to walk up the aisle all by herself, smiling through her sadness. The ceremony was beautiful, but you could just feel that sorrow hanging in the air.
And then, as the couple walked back down the aisle, the pastor saw a man standing at the very back of the church. It was her father. He just stood there. And when Jody reached him, he opened his arms. She just collapsed into them, and they both just stood there and wept. A relationship that was broken was in that moment made whole again. So you have to be asking, what on earth does this have to do with stars and mountains praising God? Everything. That moment of forgiveness, of reconciliation, that act of love overcoming hurt, that is its own profound kind of praise. It's a human heart fulfilling its highest purpose. It is a praise just as real and just as beautiful as any shining star in the sky.
So that brings us to the final and most important takeaway from this whole ancient song. What's our part in this universal symphony? It really comes down to this. The sun praises by shining. The mountains praise by standing firm. A tree praises by growing and bearing fruit. They all praise God by fulfilling their purpose, by being completely and authentically themselves. And that leaves us with this one last question. If a star's praise is its light, and a family's praise can be a single moment of forgiveness, what about you? What is the unique, unrepeatable note that you were made to add to the universe's oldest song?